The Gangstalker is an emotional ninja. What do I mean by that? There are two terms in martial arts, in Japanese and Okinawan martial arts: atemi and kozushi. What kozushi is to get one off balance, and you use ateme, which are strikes, to get one off balance by misdirecting their body and getting what in wrestling is called head control, which I think is unique to the situation of gang stalking, because that's what they're after. They're after the control of your head. And they also use sleight of hand or misdirection to misdirect your energy away from who they are. I know who my gang stalkers are at this point, or gang stalker. They seem to be down to one person at this point, because I'm not being swarmed by 7 of them at one time. So the point that I would make is the goal of gang stalking, aside from it's mind control. It's to control your reaction. We do this all the time in martial arts for fighting. You try to get your opponent to attack. You try so that you know what they're throwing by controlling what they're throwing, by controlling their mind. But head control is a different story. Head control, which is it just meshes well with this. Head control is when the body goes where the head goes. Where the head goes, the body follows. This is a principle in any form of martial art, whether it's Aikido or Hapkido or Judo or Jiu-Jitsu or Karate. When you move the head, the body moves with it. And this is also true in military combat. It's an immutable fact that where the head goes, the body will follow. Unless you detach the head. So that's the only way to pull that off. Now that the emotional, what was causing me to react emotionally, my friend has been removed from the equation. My friend from Argentina, I can see very clearly what's going on here and how pathetic the people are that have been harassing me for this time. And how disgusting they are by they're trying to pull her back into the situation. And they always use the same wording. I think it's hilarious that this alleged Iraqi war veteran, which, by the way, I hope they realize that stolen valor is a felony now, but this alleged Iraqi war veteran is using the same terminology as previous people that had claimed to be Argentinians that were family members of my friend. Okay. The other thing was that alleged Argentinians should not know about what I'm doing in the United States unless they're psychic, and I'm not a big believer in psychic things. To understand gang stalking, though, I do recommend people understand. I recommend people read a book called The Satanic Bible by Anton Sandor Levay, or Howard Levy, depending on how you want to say his name. But the point is, there is a part of that book called Not All Vampires Suck Blood. That's what the title of the chapter is, or the part of the book. But it deals with something that Anton LaVey referred to as psychic vampires. And it took off ever since. People have used the term psychic vampires, energy vampires, emotional vampires. And what these are people that feed off of other people's energy, off of their exuberance, if you will. And they attach themselves to people that have an exuberant personality, okay, that have energy, that have an emotionally centered way of looking at the world. These people, their goal is to suck them dry, and if you're not careful, you too will become a psychic vampire. Or in the case of the gang stalkers, what they did is they got me to lash out at my friend from Argentina in the same way they were lashing out at me, because their goal is to make me as mentally and emotionally disturbed as they are. They're mentally and emotionally distraught. So how do they deal with that? By trying to get me, their target, to become mentally and emotionally distraught, to get me to lash out on other people as they lashed out on me. And it's important, in my view, I use a lot of martial arts analogies, or I'm going to start using a lot more martial arts analogies, because I think people get them. I think they get the martial arts analogies when I explain what they are, like the idea of kozushi, to make somebody off balance. The thing is, this is no different than The Art of War by Sun Tzu, or any of these other things, because the fact of the matter is, or the Book of Five Rings by Musashi, and the reason why is because this is a combat of the will, is what it is. They want to, they are basically holding a session of combat of the wills. Now, they were foolish, and it's the thing, the better combatant will be the winner. They were foolish by outing themselves, by making so many mistakes, and also by getting me to give up on my friend from Argentina. Because the second I gave up on her was the second I could see clearly, and was the second I understood what was going on. And this foolishness has led me to know exactly who they are, exactly why they are doing what they are doing, and exactly what's going on. An example would be my so-called friend. I didn't realize this. Apparently, this organization has a Twitter account that was made in January of this year. And it's followed by one person, and it follows one person. And that one person is the person who pieces of our conversations have ended up in the comments sections of my videos to make me feel off-center, to make me emotionally distraught, to make me appear unhinged. And he would gaslight me by telling me, oh, well, that's not really how this goes. One of my favorites was when he tried to explain to me that everybody at this place of business likes me. Although, 6 months prior to that, he was explaining how they were holding meetings to destroy me. Not his words, but that's what was going on. They wanted to find a way to do something about the videos I make showing what a crap hole that place is. Now, the biggest mistake I think this person made was when they stated that I make multiple accounts to review this employer, okay? The problem with that is A, I don't make multiple accounts. That really is how bad the place is. And my reviews have my name on them. That's how you know if I did a review of something. If it's a Yelp review, I think I did multiple Yelp reviews, but each one of them has my name on it. It's not like I'm making multiple accounts or false accounts or things like that. The fact of the matter is, and the reason I could do multiple Yelp reviews is because for whatever reason, instead of just having the one place of business, the head office that's in Langhorne, instead of having that as the only thing, which is the office, they have each and every thing in there, like the CRR program. So I could review all of it separately because it's in there separately as separate businesses for some reason when it's not separate businesses. That boggles my mind. I don't know why they would do that, but that's what they did. So that's what allowed me to do multiple reviews under the same Yelp account, was the fact that that is what happened. As they have multiple places, I can review them multiple times, and that's what I did. And I strongly encourage everyone working there and everyone that has worked there to do the same thing. Review the hell out of this place. Tell the truth to everyone that will listen. Make sure that everyone knows how terrible this place of employment is. And so the point that I would make is what you have to be aware of is that this is the combat of the will. This is, as Nietzsche said, the will to power. And that's what these people are so distraught about. They cannot effectively assert their will to power, which has caused them to become insane and caused them to act out. And it has caused them to harass me. And they think that they're so centered. They don't understand. I'm the one that is centered now. There's nothing they can do to uncenter me. I am in a deep, deep, deep Zen-like state. Whether they want to believe that or not, And they will find out when they are the ones that are off center, when they are the ones lashing out, when they are the ones acting in an unhinged manner.